So, good morning, all of you. We are discussing regarding the immunology paper in this particular semester, and we have studied already regarding mechanism of antibody production as well as the role of macrophages, cytokines in antibody production or in mounting the immunity. Now, the next topic in this particular unit we are going to study is the complement. In this particular topic, we will discuss regarding the complement components, properties, nature of complement, activation of complement pathway including classical and alternate pathway, as well as biological consequences of complement. So, complement can be defined as a serum protein which is inactivated at 56 degrees centigrade temperature after heating for 30 minutes, which is composed of 9 major proteins. In SYPSC, you might have studied regarding the complement fixation test. So, actually, the complement is a protein, serum protein, but it is not a single protein, it is composed of different 11 proteins, and the complement can be inactivated by heating at 56 degrees centigrade temperature holding for 30 minutes. And whatever proteins are there, these proteins are abbreviated as C1 to C9. 11 proteins are there. They are abbreviated as C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, etc. So, complement is not a single protein, it is a system of 11 proteins, and it is present in serum. It is composed of different components, and these components are given the name C1, C2, C3, or they are abbreviated as C1, C2, C3, etc. up to C9. The complement system consists 30 actually different proteins and other glycoproteins, which is freely circulates in blood, but it is inactive form called as prozyme. Basically, it is inactive, but after activation it becomes active and then it participates in immunological or immunity. So it gets stimulated by antigen and complement fixing antibodies like IgG or IgM. Basically, the complement is not active, it is called as prozyme. Whenever there is a contact of antigen, and upon contact of antigen, when antibodies are produced, antigen antibody complex will be formed. So this complex will go and activate the complement. The complement fixing antibodies belonging to class mainly either IgG or IgM. So, complement is defined as it is a serum protein composed of different proteins, glycoproteins, and it is inactivated at temperature 56 degrees centigrade holding for 30 minutes. So, it freely circulates in blood, but it is in inactive form basically called as prozyme. Whenever there is a contact of antigen and antibodies are stimulated, the antigen antibody complex will be formed. This complex will activate the complement. Then, who discovered complement? The complement was first time discovered by scientist Pfeffer in 1894. Scientist Pfeffer in 1894 it was discovered. So actually when it was studied, it was found that it is a heat stable antibody which was inactivated at 50 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. So whenever it was discovered, it was found that it is heat stable antibody and it was inactivated at 50 degrees centigrade temperature for 30 minutes. After P4 discovery, another scientist made his contribution in studying the complement. His name was Buckner. So Buckner discovered a similar protein and he called it as a alexin. In 1894, P4 discovered complement. So it was found that as the antibody component and which was inactivated at 50 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. After P4, second scientist Buckner, he discovered complement, but he called that component as a alexin. After that, in 1898, Bordet proposed that complement can be used for immunological assays. In assay, what we are doing? In assay, we are going to measure the concentration of antibody, antigen like that. So it was discovered by Bordet that after complement discovery, he postulated that complement can be used for immunological assays. After Bordet, another scientist made his contribution, Gengyu. In 1901, Bordet and Gengyu jointly formulated complement fixation test. Last year we have studied complement fixation test, which is used to determine whether the antibodies, complement fixing antibodies, are present in serum or not. And we use emboceptor as well as we are using sheep RBCs. We are using indicator system, hemolyzing system. In first we were using antigen antibodies and complement we add. In secondly we add RBCs in second set and emboceptor, that is antibodies against the RBCs. And we test that if the complement is fixed by antigen antibody complex, it is not able to lyse sheep RBCs. So if sheep RBCs remains as it is considered that complement has been fixed by antigen antibody complex. It means that antibodies are present. This is the positive test. If there is no lysis of sheep RBC, it is positive test. If there is a lysis of sheep RBCs, it is negative test, means complement is not fixed, antibodies are not present. This is the complement fixation test. So for determination or diagnostic purpose, diagnosis of various diseases, we are going to conduct complement fixation test. We routinely carried out complement fixation test directly or indirectly, and this is one of the major immunological test which is considered for diagnostic purpose. So Bordet and Gengyu in 1901 formulated the complement fixation test. So who discovered complement? P4 in 1894 and was discovered as his-stable pigment or his-stable antibody component which is inactivated at 56 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. Later on, Buckner, he made his contribution and discovered that the complement component as a protein and he named it as a alexin. So in 1898, Bordet proposed that the complement can be used for immunological assay. And after Bordet discovery, Bordet and Gengyu in 1901 formulated complement fixation test. Then we will discuss what are the different complement components. In definition part, what we discussed, the complement is a system. It is composed of 11 proteins. So what are the components of complement? Complement comprises different proteins which are abbreviated as C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 like that. So complement C component or C means complement. C stand for complement. It is composed of C1 plus C2 plus C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9. All these are complement components. Complement C. C stand for complement. It is a symbol. So complement comprises all these proteins and these proteins are abbreviated as complement component number 1. complement component number 2, component number 3, component number 4, component number 5, likewise. So together it constitutes one system which is called as complement system. Then C1 component is again including three sub-components in that is called as C1Q, C1R, C1S. Okay, C1 consisting three sub-components C1Q, C1R, C1S. Whenever the complement is activated, the complement activation pathways are different. Classical and alternate, these are the two pathways for complement activation. So during complement activation, what happens? Each component should be activated and each component is cleaved during the complement activation pathway, and they are converted into small peptides A and B. C3A, for example, C3 is the component. C3 is composed of A and B small peptides. So whenever the C3 component is cleaved, it is converted into C3A, C3B. Okay, these are the two components. Out of this, one component will join the complement activation pathway. The second component will diffuses away. For example, in complement classical pathway, later on we are discussing this pathway. You just remember that what is this C3A and C3B? The C3A, C3B, these are the complement components. Out of this, whenever the complement activation pathway is there, one component, one peptide will join the cascade of the pathway, other component will diffuses away, and that will act as an anaphylatoxin. So here the C3A, C3B, these are the cleaved peptide. Just remember, these are the cleaved components, sub-components of the complement component. C3 is the component. C3 is composed of sub-component A and B. So low activity or inactivation is denoted by C3BI. Low activation or low or inactivation. When complement is activated, it is shown by a bar over the component. Bar means we have to put the bar over the complement component. For example, C3 is activated. So we can put the bar over that. C3 over a bar. So that is denoted as a bar. The bar when we put, it is considered that this component will be activated. Now, what are the properties of complement again? We are discussing the properties here. So first property we discussed that it is composed of different proteins. Then there are 11 proteins are there. Again sub-proteins or sub-components are there. C1 is composed of C1Q, C1R, C1S. Then whenever there is a complement activation, the component will be cleaved off, and there is a conversion of these components into peptides A and B. After this, one peptide will be joined the cascade, other will be diffuses away during the complement activation. So whenever the complement is activated, we put the bar over that component. So complement is present in all the, what are the properties here now? Basic property is that the complement is present in all normal serum of mammals and most of the lower animals also. So it is present everywhere, in every mammal, or you can say in animal, lower animal also, the complement will be present. See here, whenever the complement fixation test is conducted, we take the serum from guinea pig. Guinea pig is the laboratory animal. We take the serum component or complement we obtain from guinea pig. So it is found that in animal also, animal serum also, there is a complement presence. Secondly, the complement members are synthesized by liver hepatocytes, liver cells. The complement is synthesized, complement members are synthesized by liver cells. Hepatocyte means liver cells. And it is required by cytolytic destruction of cellular antigens by specific antibodies. So different cytolytic destruction, and there is a complement will be fixed by antigen antibody complex. So whenever the specific antigen comes in contact with the vertebrate body, specific antibodies will be produced, and there is the antigen antibody reaction by natural rule. And whenever the antigen antibody complex is formed, this complex will go and activate the complement. So once the complement will be activated or fixed, then it will undergo, or further there is a cellulytic destruction. It will cause membrane lysis or cell lysis. Ultimately, chemically, complements are proteins and glycoproteins and having the 9 different proteins: C1q, C1, C2, C3, C4. We have studied these different components. So these are the 9 proteins and subproteins are there. So totally, or we can say in brief, the complement is chemically, it is composed of proteins and glycoproteins. It is composed of glycoproteins which comprises 10% complement is fixed in all antigen antibody reaction. See here, when the antibodies are produced against the antigen, these antibodies, they may be complement fixing or they may not be complement fixing antibodies. Each and every class of antibody or immunoglobulin is having specific significant specific property. And we know that the Fc portion of the antibody molecule is going to determine the biological property. Last year we have studied that. Whether the complement should be fixed or not, this is totally determined by the Fc component of the antibody molecule. So all immunoglobulins or all antibody molecules does not have the property to fix complement. Some antibodies or some immunoglobulins can fix complement. Not all antibodies are having the ability. Only some antibodies can fix the complement. So chemically it is protein and 9 proteins are there and it is fixed by antigen antibody reaction. So whenever these antibodies are secreted, whenever the antibodies are produced against the specific antigen, and if these antibodies are having complement fixing ability, then and then only the complement will be fixed. Otherwise, no. It means that the complement fixation is the ability of the antibodies. So antibodies are complement fixing antibodies or they may not be complement fixing antibodies. They can able or they may be able to fix complement or they may not be able to fix complement. So depending upon type of antibodies, there is a complement fixation or complement get fixed or not fixed. Then these are complement, or you can say the complement is non-specific in their action. It is not specific in their action. It is not like that whenever the specific antigen is there, only then there is a fixation of the complement. It is not so. So these are not specific in their action. The specificity of complement action is determined by antibody actually that fixes the complement. Complement is not specific, but antibody is specific. Specific means if the antibody fixes or if the antibody is having the ability to fix complement, then only the complement will be fixed. So it means that the complement is not specific in the action. Antibody is specific in the action. Okay. And complement concentration does not increase on immunization. It is not like that. We do immunization. Immunization means what? Either there is a injection of ready-made antibody or there may be injection of toxoid or there may be injection of vaccination is there. So that is the part of immunization. So whenever the animal is immunized by this route, either there is a vaccination or by ready-made anti-sera or ready-made antibodies when we inject, that is immunization. So immunization does not increase the concentration of the complement. Is okay. Due to immunization, the complement concentration will not increase. Due to immunization, antibody concentration will increase, not complement concentration. And second property is that the complement will be inactivated at 56 degrees centigrade temperature and we have to hold it for 30 minutes. So when we heat the complement, heat treatment is there. So when we heat that, it is a destroyed. Complement will be destroyed at 56 degree centigrade temperature. And when we hold it for 30 minutes, so within that the complement will be inactivated. Then second property is that complement can carry out chemotaxis. Chemotaxis means what? Attraction of different types of the cells. So whenever chemotactic behavior means complement exhibit chemotaxis. Due to complement, different types of the cells get attracted at that particular site. That is known as chemotaxis. Or complement can enhance opsonization. What is opsonization? That is phagocytosis. So due to complement, there is enhancement of phagocytosis. Means different antigens can be engulfed by phagocytic cells and there is a destruction of the antigen. So that type of the phagocytic process will be enhanced by the complement, that is the opsonization. Or complement is also going to enhance immune adherence and virus neutralization. So complement is responsible for immune adherence. Immune adherence means attachment or adherence of antigen antibody complex to that particular site. So that is the immune adherence. So the antigen antibody complex whenever form, that complex will go and bind with the particular site. So it may go and bind with the particular organ. It may go and bind with the particular membrane of the organ, like that. So this adherence, this adsorption will be facilitated by complement. Secondly, the virus neutralization. We know virus is a parasite. It is an intracellular parasite. It requires host for the multiplication. It requires live cell for the multiplication. So whenever the virus go and bind with the particular cell, the virus going to adsorb, then it is going to penetrate the nucleic acid, and then there is a synthesis of different proteins and mature variants of the lactic cycle will take place. So that is the effect of virus. In order to nullify this effect, in order to neutralize the effect of virus, the complement is responsible. So complement enhance, the complement cause neutralization of virus. Means what? The effect of virus is destroyed by the complement. Okay, that is the neutralization. Secondly, the complement can be activated by two pathways. What we studied in property, complement whenever secreted it is not active. It may get activated later on after antigen-antibody complex formation and by activation pathways. Classical and alternate pathways are there. We are going to study that two pathways in detail. But now you just remember the complement is activated by two pathways. Classical and alternate pathway or Properdin pathway. Two pathways are suggested. One is classical pathway, second one is the alternate or Properdin pathway. It is usually stimulated by complex polysaccharides or enzymes. The complement is stimulated by enzyme or complex polysaccharide, that is the pathways. And it plays major role in initiation. Complement plays role in initiation, attraction of neutrophils to the site of microbial attack, as well as in enhancement of attaching or attachment of the microbial cell to the site, particular site or membrane, and responsible for killing of the microbe by activating the membrane attack complex. So complement is responsible for, or major role, major function of the complement you can say, in attachment of the microbial cell to the particular site, killing or destruction of the microbial cell. Secondly, attraction of the neutrophils to the particular site. So, attraction, initiation of neutrophil, whenever there is a microbial attack, the neutrophils get attracted towards the particular site whenever the microbial attack has been taken place. Secondly, the complement will be enhancing the adherence of the complement to the particular site during the microbial attack and responsible for destruction of the microbial cell. So in this way, the complement plays important role in immunity. So this is regarding the properties, nature of the complement. In next lecture, we will discuss the classical and alternate pathway for complement activation. Thank you.